Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to our very first story in the world of Crusader Kings 3. Now, I'm going to be assuming that most of you have some idea of what's going on, and if you don't, how did you find this channel? Let's go ahead and create our own ruler, which may take a minute. No? Okay, we're running pretty fast today. Alright, so, a couple quick things before we jump right in. This will be a roleplay-oriented campaign, so we're not going to be min-maxing. We will be, trying to succeed and follow our characters' goals, but it will be more about our characters' goals than any sort of predefined thing set up by the game. And I think I've been giving it a little bit of thought as to who we should play as. And I don't think we're going to create a custom rule. I think what we're going to do is look around the map and try to find a count level ruler, because I like to kind of work my way up in Crusader Kings. And from there, we will just kind of try to follow what that character's goals are, what their kids' goals are, and see what happens. But I do love the idea of playing as almost sort of like a pirate, like a sea pirate down here in the Mediterranean. And I think that could be a fun playthrough, and I haven't seen a ton of that. I've seen a lot of Viking pirate playthroughs, and played a lot of Viking pirate playthroughs, nothing against them. But I think what we might do is try to find a county level title somewhere. How about you? The island of Majorca. And apologies to anyone who currently lives in any of these areas and knows how to pronounce any of these things. I don't, and I'm gonna probably continue to be bad at it. So, yeah, sure. We can start as Count Johanna of Majorca, who is 25. He's I'm not sure exactly what what a follower of this waste would be called. The head of the faith is Pope Nicholas, who is just somewhere. He is the Pope, so I guess we're still Catholic. And we are Andalusian, and that should be kind of interesting. We don't have a liege, though, and that's my only concern. So maybe we play somewhere with a little more room to expand, a little less danger. Are there any county level titles under any of these guys? Yes, actually. What about the Sheikdom of Annaba? We could be Ashari, we could be Baranis, not sure. We can be ambitious, gregarious, and humble. Ambitious and humble seems like an interesting combination. I guess you pursue your goals ambitiously, but you're humble about it. You don't brag about it when you succeed. I do want to start in the coast, so it kind of makes sense for our character to have a piratical persuasion. We also have these islands down here, and that could be interesting, but there again, I don't know that we're really going to have a lot of opportunities to expand. And I think this will put us just a little more central to what's going on in the game, so we're starting the powerful flute music. So game rules. I'm going to disable Iron Man. That's not so I can save scum, it's just because it's YouTube. Everything else I think will leave the same, and we'll go ahead and apply that. I usually do play Iron Man, so I have to change that. And we'll start. Alright. So, right off the bat, we have an heir, Uza ibn Mezwar, so that's good. So we don't have to worry in the early game about just scrambling to find a spouse or anything. We can get some secondary spouses, and I think we will. Let's see, what are we good at? We are really, I didn't even see this, we're really good at learning. So what we need is some martial. So, yeah, you like us a little more, so let's go with you. You'll accept, so that'll be fine for now. I don't want to go too ham on the children, because we only have 3, and it's going to be hard to keep track of them after a while. So we have some decisions available. We can petition our liege. I don't know if we'll do that right now. We can pay homage, and I think that we will do, because we have plenty of prestige. But we don't have gold, and I don't want to give him a favor, so we're just going to show up. Hey, buddy. Servants usher me into Sultan Muhammad II's palace, or Great Hall in Kairouan. Sorry, it's early for me, and it's a work day, so these pronunciations are just going to be bad. Where he sits in a throne, waiting to hear my pledge. I go to kneel before him, but in my haste, awkwardly stumble and heap at his feet. I haul myself up and make oaths all the same, my cheeks burning red before the assembled court. With that, the ceremony is complete. I have nothing to offer my sultan except my promise to faithfully serve as a vassal of the sultanate. Muhammad grins broadly behind his hand as the court slowly fills with laughter. This is how I will be remembered. I never should have come. Excellent. So we gain the nickname the Clumsy. We lose 150 prestige. He gains renown. And he hates us. So that was a terrible decision. So now we're Clumsy, which is great. We do have I think we're going to stick with learning. We've already gone all the way down here to learn on the job. That's actually really good. That probably explains. And I think what we'll do for this is go ahead and get that scholarship focus, because that development growth will be nice, especially early on. It'll help us kind of maybe break out of our liege's control here, which I think will be our early goal, especially now that we've had a bad time. You know what? Do you hate me? No, you like me. Our son is the best option we have for a court position, and his aptitude is average. That's better than you usually start with, so we'll go ahead and appoint you. And we're not going to appoint anyone else because we don't have a lot of money here. Is there anything we want to build in our home county? Not that we can afford, so I think the first order of business will be figuring out what we can do as far as an army, and the answer is not a lot. Can't increase our men-at-arms. We don't have a ton of levies. So I guess the real goal is, let's see who's around us and what we can do about that. So there's our liege. He's way more powerful than us at the moment. What about you? Can we arrange a marriage with any of... So there's my... That won't get us... This won't get us one. So solid emirate. Well, does my son want to marry a 2-year-old giant? For that alliance, and he'll accept. Absolutely, my son wants to marry a 2-year-old giant. Alright, and we can go ahead and unpause. That's exciting. It's only been, like, I don't know, 15 minutes, maybe, and we've started. Sumai, gladly accept your hand in marriage. Excellent. Alright, so we've got our secondary wife, got our alliance, and now I think what we will do is go over to our council, there you are. That's brutal. I am gonna swap you out because you're slightly better. You're still utterly terrible. Our spy master is also terrible, and I think we will replace you as well with this guy. Oh goodness, who is running this place? This council is a mess. Our heir can be the marshal. He's slightly better at it. A powerful vassal. Yeah, let's go ahead and give you this. I probably should have swapped that. But, oh well. We can designate a guardian for... Who is this? My son? He's not my heir, but we'll go ahead and be his guardian. Could be kind of a gamble because you end up getting a lot of stress through those events, but, you know, we'll see how it goes. So we can declare war. Against that guy is way over there. I think I'd rather just start by consolidating the territory that's near us. So, as bad as you are at it, let's see if... Well, actually, you're not terrible. I forgot. In Crusader Kings 2, it's your diplomacy guy, I think, who advocates your claims. But in this game, it's your learning guy, so... He can go over there, and that's going to take him a while, I'm sure. Yeah. I'm ill. So that's great. We'll do no more than what is necessary. Excellent work. We're feeling a little better. Well, that's good. We're clumsy and ill to start the game off, so I'm not sure if that's a sign of things to come. Let's go ahead and take a look at our dynasty. We are insignificant right now, so that's good. In my safety, God defend me, is our house motto. Yeah, let's change that to something a little more interesting. How about there we go. No, sorry. I should not do that. This is supposed to be a roleplay-oriented campaign. We'll think of something decent for that later. My old self. Okay. As I woke this morning and saw rays of sunshine falling through my window, it took me a moment to realize I had slept soundly for the first time in weeks. I did not wake up coughing once. I'm glad to be well again. Excellent. So we're no longer ill, and that's going to be a great first step in this this opening conflict. What can we do here? We got 15 months to fabricate that claim. Is there anything else our council should be doing? Let's see. Increased development. Oh, you can keep collecting taxes. We need that money. Domestic affairs, foreign affairs. Train commanders might be good, but disrupt schemes. Yeah, I think we'll stick with everyone doing what they're doing, and we'll just speed up time a little bit. It does look like we were in a war that we lost. An acquaintance was taken prisoner. Yeah, we lost a war with the Byzantines. No huge surprises there. Wonder what that was about. My wife is approaching me with 3 scrolls. I have drafted trade proposals for neighboring rulers. Okay. So, which one of these guys was our ally? Islid, Emir Saladon, the Salanid Emirate. Yeah, I think our 2 options are 2 sheiks and an emir. We'll go with the emir. And that'll give us a healthy boosted income. We can petition our liege. Yes, see it done. We will not be petitioning our liege. Instead, we will be declaring a tasty, tasty war against this guy. And we'll also slow time down again. The wise fool, please share your wisdom. My name is Ames, my lord. So this guy is coming up to us. He's a bold ravener and he's unmarried, which is all we apparently know about him. My steward, who brought them before me, is skeptical. He approached the castle riding a donkey. Please share your wisdom with me. You gain useful insights. Awesome. Okay, I probably should have read what that would do. But it's not really important because right now we're about to make our first big move. And I think the first thing we'll need to do is call in our ally to this war. So they're gonna move right on in. And can we escape that? I don't think we can. Well, let's see how this goes. I think we're gonna win it. Yeah, I think we're actually pulling out, which is, we didn't even need our ally. But this is gonna cost us a little bit of manpower, but that was a pretty good battle for us. It's already got us up to 43% war score, and our ally can kind of help us mop this up, and this should be a pretty quick war, and we'll also be a guardian for kids. I like to be a guardian for as many of my kids as I can. Tagama comes of age. Was coming of age. My tuition of Tagama is at an end, so this is my non-heir son. Displayed little natural inclination. He's really still stunned. Oh, great! You're oh wow, you are a great eminence. That is incredible. Well, welcome to the family, Timka. Let's get you a wife. let's see. Can we get any traits? Hale. You are homely and hale. Can we just get your... How old is my son? 16? Yeah, let's try not to get him anything too crazy, but we'll do pretty. Yeah, that's fine. You can have a pretty wife, son. Congratulations. Meanwhile, we're over here just sieging this place down. Excellent. So that'll be our son married off. Looks like these guys are going to come back in. They're going to try another battle because they're desperate, but that's really only going to help us polish them off here. And we've captured another combatant. He's just a Fari, and I think what we're going to do is immediately demand his conversion and recruit him. Well, someone's gotten this guy an unpressed claim on our land, so that's not ideal. But we do have this brilliant strategist, 17 martial guy, who is now our friend, and I think we will actually... Oh, that's my player heir. Uza, you gotta get better, man. Well, he's my player heir, so if he kills me, the worst case scenario is I become him. So I think what we're gonna do is actually fire Uza and replace him with a good marshal. Let's get that out of here. I don't need to buy some faith diligence. Available perks. This we will need. Do we want to be able to buy claims? Well, we don't really have a lot of money, so that isn't going to help us a lot. What does Scholar give us? Hostile scheme, success chance, personal scheme, and development growth. Yeah, I think we'll just go ahead and go down that way for that development growth, even though we don't really need the Sanction of the Bulls. It might be useful. We might get enough gold to buy a claim or two. We're doing a good job with these battles. We got pretty lucky early on. Looks like they are going to come in for one last hurrah with their best guys. Wally Excepin is gone now. Yeah, it was a slaughter. We killed 82 of their men and they killed 34 of ours, so... Yeah, it's not looking ideal, and this is probably going to be the war. So, just a couple more ticks. And bingo! And that's our first war won. So let's enforce our demands, and that will give us all of this guy's tasty, tasty lands. We'll go ahead and disband our armies. And there we go. The Sheikdom of Annaba is now the Sheikdom of Annaba and Constantine. And this is a way, way better place to have our realm capital be, I think. So I think there is a city holding here. Let's see. So let's see. We've got Annaba. Let's see. No, you are just straight up better. Yeah, I think we are going to move our realm capital to Constantine. So there we go. A notable guest has arrived, an accomplished commander. So with the help of our allies, although not super really, no, hold on, what's this? From all my evenings watching the stars, I have seen with my own eyes what I have only heard before. The stars move at different speeds and reverse their course at different times, but seemingly in large groups, depending on which celestial sphere they belong to. Indeed, with the right calculations, one could even predict their movement. My court imam does not approve, of course. Leave the skies be, the celestial realm is for the clergy to know. Well, what kind of person are we? We're ambitious, so we might be interested in finding answers in the heavens. We're also humble, so we might be interested in leaving it. We're a mastermind philosopher, though, and we're gregarious. I think our drive to find answers is going to be the thing that wins out here, so let's peer into the stars. So yeah, now that we have a decent marshal, I think we are going to need to increase control. So let's increase control in our new capital. And with that, I think we will go ahead and call it an episode, guys. We've got our first major move made. We got an ally. and conquer our neighboring ruler. And that leaves us with slightly more men. And would you look at this? We are now the Chief Kadi, we're on our liege's council. Let's take a quick look at that since we're here now. So we've been made Chancellor with only 11 diplomacy. So yeah, I'm not sure that was a great move on his part, but maybe he didn't have a better option. We don't want to mess with the Spy Master Prince over him, so that could be a problem because our liege. No, our liege still likes us. We were clumsy, and he's disappointed in our display of clumsiness, but he still likes us a little bit. I think maybe what we'll do next is try to use our allies' help, because they still have a bunch of troops, and they didn't lose any in this war, and we've got more than we started that war with. And this is an external enemy. What does this look like? We do have more troops than them, but they do have an ally as well. Ooh, that could be rough. That could be rough. But maybe if we're only going 40 county, it'll be okay. Alright, let's go ahead and get this last perk. And go ahead and grab Scholar. And there we go. Now we have 35 learning, just an incredible amount of learning. We're clumsy, but we're a scholar, so the pirate theme, not sure that's working out, guys. Which, it's just par for the course with Crusader Kings, because if you play it, you know that navies are just transports for your soldiers in this game, which I'm not sure if that's historically accurate, but it's certainly a design choice of the game to make piracy not a great option. You can be more of a raider than a pirate, really. I took Megadata out playing with a bow, and to my surprise, she ran into a wounded doe. She did not hesitate in the slightest to bring it down. Yeah, you can, well, you're my daughter. Let's not take stress. You could be ambitious. I don't mind if you're ambitious. We'll get you a good husband, and maybe you can go take over another kingdom. But with that, I think we will call it a session, guy. Oh, actually, we can create this duchy. So maybe that's our next move, is to create a good duchy. Because that means our realm won't split until we get bigger, when our ruler dies. And it'll give us, it'll put us on par with a lot of the other rulers around us. And kind of make us more of a regional threat. And right now, the biggest emirate near us is our ally, so yeah, that seems like a pretty good place to leave it. So thank you for joining me on this this very first story in Crusader Kings. As you can probably tell, it's my first time making a video, so hopefully the quality will only improve as we go on. If you like this, feel free to leave a comment, start joining the story, feel free to write from the perspective of any of these characters. If you have any suggestions, I'm always happy to hear them. And if you want to support this and see more video content, subscribe and maybe check out Patreon. Yeah, until next time, guys.